when Solomon gets to the end of his journal, we're calling it, he said, let me sum everything up. And he sums it up in a way that makes you go, wow. He says, fear God, keep his commandments, for this is everyone's duty. It's kind of like a life lesson. And I think he's sort of writing to himself. He probably wishes, as he looks back over the years, I wish I'd have feared God and kept his word, obeyed him. And knowing that that's my major duty in life, I wish I'd have focused on that. Can you summarize some of the life lessons and share them with me and with all of us today?
Well,
what are some that stand out?
Well, I think learning to abide in the Father.
Okay.
Everything comes out of that. Because if you're abiding, you have a continual communion and relationship with the Father.
How do you do that?
You do that through prayer,
okay,
through praise,
okay,
through worship,
okay,
through reading the Scripture,
okay,
and talking to God.
You do your best to do that every day?
Yeah, most every day. Sometimes I let my priorities get in the way.
I know that. But for the most part, your week would include some time with God.
Absolutely.
And you're alone, and you pray. Are you reading through sections of His Word on a somewhat regular basis, or do you read it randomly? You read the Psalms maybe, and then later you'll read something out of Paul's letters, or you go through the Proverbs. Do you have any kind of pattern that you follow?
Sure. I usually try to study an Old Testament book and a New Testament book at the same time.
Okay.
Some that may correlate.
20 minutes or so?
You can't do much in 20 minutes, but sometimes there are days, if you have a 7:30 meeting, when you got to get up at 5:30, you do what you do that day.
Okay. You prefer the morning?
I prefer the morning.
Okay.
Yes.
I know I'm interrupting you, but I want to get this list. First, you would say abiding. Well, and you listed that rather quickly.
Yes.
Because you see that as one of the top priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Even though a businessman, even though engaged in activities that are demanding and sometimes stressful, you believe a secret of life is abiding.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Agreed.
I do.
What would you put down next? Not necessarily in the order of importance, but what's another life lesson?
Being truthful and honest with God and yourself.
Okay.
As to every part of your life.
Okay. I like that. That's called authentic.
Being authentic. That's correct.
Right. You got one more, and then I'm going to bring up a subject that's going to be painful.
Scripture says apart from Christ, we're nothing.
Right.
So get alone and ponder that.
Yeah.
Get into His Word.
Yeah.
That's part of abiding.
Yeah.
But that's taking it to a different area.
Right.
And when we really truthfully, I believe most believers believe the Bible's true.
Right.
And they believe in God and Jesus and those things. But if we really ponder that apart from Christ we're nothing, then that puts you in a proper position, positionally.
Yeah. That word nothing
Yeah.
is kind of like a major drum beat, isn't it? Nothing. Okay,
I
John.
think a life without God, this is the way a lot of people live. A life without God is like being in a sinking ship without a life preserver.
Yeah.
You're done.
That's where Solomon was.
Yeah.
That's why he would write at the end, fear God. By that he means hold him in highest regard. And with that, a hatred for things that are disobedient.
A reverence.
Exactly.